All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Columbia City basketball. I don't know why that keeps what I do here. There we go, maybe. There we go. Somehow I got all that set out of whack. So, got a little matinee for you here today. There we go, maybe. So, anyway, once I get the mic adjusted, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yep.
You sound loud, but... Okay, well, at any rate, amidst all that, welcome to the broadcast. A little matinee basketball here for you. Andrew Thompson, Brandon Marshall, coach. Set to bring you this one here. Obviously moved up with the apparent snowstorm moving in. So we have a Dekalb team that's got a new coach. Kind of been up and down.
Yeah, they're 8-5. Austin Irving's the new coach. He comes from Manchester College as the assistant over there. He was also landed an Owens AAU coach this past summer, so he's going to have some info on, how those two play, although AAU setting's a little bit different than high school setting. DeKalb's a good team. Zeke Penrod, got to look out for him. He's a scorer, really good basketball player, 8-5 overall. Their closest comparison would be the Dwenger game. Dwenger beat them by 13 or 11 or something like that. And we kind of blew the doors off Dwenger. But it's a new day, and it's a conference game. So we'll see what happens tonight or this afternoon.
Yes.
The boys take the floor here.
Yes, here come the Eagles. And Liar the Tiger to get us going here today. DeKalb High School, and they've stopped the clock at the dreaded 3-minute mark, so that means we've got to ad-lib more. But congratulations to the late Eagles. Last night's victory over DeKalb, 4-2 in the conference. Good chance to go 5-2. Congratulations to Coach Shear and crew on 14th win on the season. And I think they canceled the JV wrestling conference last night, so we don't have any results there. I kind of didn't think we'd have the game last night, maybe. I mean, I don't know. There's so many.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I think the big deal is,
getting
a lot of people were saying school was canceled, and it's like, well, yeah, I mean, it was cold. Kids got to wait at the bus stop, and it's dangerous for them. It's not so dangerous to jump on a bus and walk into a school. So, anyway, I'm glad we're playing basketball. I love the game, and the more we play, the better I feel. Thompson.
Oh, yes, I do too. There's your mother.
Yep.
So, welcome to broadcast again. Thanks to Maddie, and I'm assuming she's got help there at the station. And thanks for being with us. I mentioned this a lot last night, so hopefully everybody realizes this is now an afternoon tilt. Freshman won convincingly, as Coach Baxter put the info out. 56-25. JV won 58-22. So couple of routes so far, so we'll see what the varsity can do here with the Dekalb Barons, who you have their record. I'm afraid how can I get back to this?
They're 8-5.
8-5?
Yeah, lost to New Haven and Norwell so far in conference. Actually, I might have it pulled up.
I don't have a paper, so I'm on a QR code or a roster sheet. They ran out of those before I got here, so I'm
sorry. They beat Norwell, lost to New Haven, and beat East Noble. So they're 2-1 in conference.
Okay, and we sit 2-1.
Yep.
Hoping to go 3-1. And both teams to their benches as we get set and ready to go for Columbia City basketball. Well, now how did I lose that? Okay, well, I guess I'm back. So I'm going to be getting names off a phone, so if I stumble and bumble a little bit, that might be why. So glad you're with us. Let us know if you're listening today. I've already heard from a couple of Mary Gressley and Rodney Tripconi checking in once again. You can also message Coach Marshall.
Yeah, hit me up.
Good crowd on hand. DeKalb generally, whether or not they're struggling or not, usually has a pretty good following.
Yeah, we always travel well. So.
Yes. And they cleaned house up here last year.
Yeah, they
Football
did.
coach, boys and girls basketball all at once fired them.
Yep, see ya.
We used to get once in a while down front, but we are up top on what would be the southwest end of, and this gym does not have a name. Hopefully Coach Armstrong's listening out there today, a Dekalb alum. Our national anthem. All right, the national anthem here at DeKalb High School on Saturday afternoon. In lieu of a snowstorm, we are moved to a matinee. And they don't have the side scoreboards here, so here comes Ian St. John. And there's Owen Marshall, wearing number 4. Josh Eberly. And Landon Richmond and Trey Deckman. Head coach Matt Schaus in season number 6. And they gave our record, I think. So, the Barons being introduced. Try to pick these up. That PA is not real clear. Brady Vince gets the start. I didn't see the first one. 10 or 11. Caden Palumbo. And let's see, I think Caden Rice. Dalton Cox and Zeke Penrod. Austin, what's the last name on him?
Irvin.
Austin Irvin, that's right. Kyle Hunt's one of the officials. I didn't get the other two. You'd think after all these years of doing this, I'd remember some of these guys. I remember a few, but. So there we go. Penrod to jump center against Landon Richmond. DeKalb, the home whites, red numerals, black trim. Columbia City, the road black. Old gold numerals, a little bit of maroon trim. Columbia City controls the opening tip. We are underway. Marshall flips to Eberle on the left side. Right side now. Deckman, nice move down low. Score! Owen Marshall. Well, that was quick.
That's a quick bucket.
2-0 Eagles. I'm trying to get Barnhart to send stats at half, as we don't have any today. And up top, neither one of us have a score sheet or a roster. So here are the Barons. Penrod has it up top. Wide left, Palumbo. Palumbo tries the baseline. Scoops. Wild shot, no good. Penrod got a hand on it. Elbows Richmond. Fires and scores. That was Rice. Richmond checking his chicklets. Nice sportsmanship by Rice. Kind of pats him on the back. So sorry about that. So 2-2 our score. And Marshall to Eberly. Deckman high right. Wide on the right side, St. John. Well, outside the arc. That's his area. And Marshall right down central. Instead, he throws it out. Deckman misses a three, and Dekalb gets the loose ball. Oh, my.
Oh, it should have scored the layup.
Yeah, I had the whole lane. So, at any rate, 2-2, we come back. Here are the Barons. Left corner, Dalton Cox over in front of the Columbia City bench. Here's Rice with it, who has the two for DeKalb. And Palumbo bobbled it, pestered by Eberly defensively. Deckman almost got a steal now. Penrod has it. He tries to hook his way in on Eberly. Good D by Eberly, and now Rice. He's flushed out of the corner by Deckman. He's chased by Deckman. And we score on the steal, Deckman. As I glanced at my phone real quick, Steve Shoda checking in, but 4-2 Eagles that quickly. So Deckman just got a clean pick, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I can't see the clock roll over that basket way. 1:55 gone. Here's the three, left corner, score! Caden Rice makes it 5-4 DeKalb. Coach Schaus up off the bench, now retreats. Doesn't seem overly happy with what happened there. So St. John on the left wing. And Richmond on the baseline goes to work, throws it across. Eberly drives to a cutting Deckman. Back to her feet, score Richmond. Tic-tac-toe. That's how you do it, Coach.
It looked beautiful.
6-5. I think that's 5:27. I can't.
Yeah, 5:24 now.
Basket's hard to, from where I'm at, you can't see the clock real well. So it's 6-5 Eagles. And on the drive in the paint, Rice lost a handle. Richmond gets a steal. No fouls in the ball game yet. St. John will accelerate. Lead pass into the front court. Marshall on the run. Marshall spins. Layup. No, he missed it. And here comes DeKalb back. 6-5 Eagles. They shoot a three. That's off the mark. No good by Cox. They get the loose ball. Bad break. And Eberly commits the foul. As Palumbo went for the layup, but Eberly prevented that. And he'll have the first foul of the ball game. Kind of a busted play there, and kind of one of those 50-50s.
Yeah.
And they got the bounce.
We tried to tip for the rebound, and they just kind of snuck a guy in there to grab it.
Palumbo, the free throw line, he ties the game at 6 as he scores. He's 6-foot senior for the Barons, Caden Palumbo. Sounds like Columbo. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
Palumbo rattles that one home. They lead 7-6. So a good crisp start to this one. Eagles trying to get a road win here. Trying to go 3-1 in the NE8, as is DeKalb. So Deckman up top. Richmond high right. And that's knocked out of bounds by Palumbo. Will reset Columbia City basketball. Marshall gives it to St. John high right. Deckman, top of the key. Shoves it off now to Marshall. Down low, Richmond. Spin move, puts it up. No, but whistle and a foul on Rice. No further play. There's more Columbia City fans filtering in here. Good crowd, as Coach Marshall talked about. So Richmond to the charity stripe. That was Palumbo's first foul, team's first. Richmond scores and ties the game at 7. I think it says 4:34 to go. Over there. Usually we're in the other end, or the other corner, but this year, new AD put us over here. Southwest corner, high atop, and scoring is Richmond. Makes it 8-7 Eagles. And here come the Barons. As Brady Vance steps across the midcourt stripe, Eberly, the assignment on him. Penrod has it. Penrod spins. Eberly's on him. They lose the handle. St. John the pick. St. John spins. It's a timeline. Shoves it off to Eberly. Now down low. Deckman backdoor feed. Richmond now knocked off the play. Jump ball. No, we're going to call over the top. Or displacement, as you call it.
Dang.
That was kind of.
I thought he had both hands on the basketball there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it probably could have been a jump ball.
Yeah.
And Richmond looked like a sure layup, but he got bumped at the last minute. So Richmond draws the personal foul. Columbia City's second. 4:05 to go, first quarter, 8-7 in favor of the Eagles. And there's a quick spin by Palumbo in the paint. Throws it outside the arc. Now that's Palumbo. Check that. And now deep in the corner left side is Penrod. Penrod bouncing in on Deckman. And back up top, wide right, left, now Vince. And Cox directs traffic. Now Rice sends it across to Cox. Cox pestered by Eberle. Now Palumbo picks it up. He's bumped by Eberle up top. Nice defense by the Eagles. Marshall almost gets a steal. And Cox throws a wild shot up, and it goes.
Wow.
I don't know what else Owen could have done there.
No. Threw it up there.
Yeah.
Went in.
Perfect defense by Marshall, but he just kind of threw it up. It went in. 9-8. Now in the corner, Deckman dumps it down to Richmond on the blocks. Backdoor feed to Deckman. No further play. A Dekalb foul underneath. Brady Vince picks up the personal foul for the Barons. His first, team second. And Graydon Peppel into the ball game for Palumbo. Columbia City ball underneath, and nice cut to the bucket. Marshall on the feed from Deckman. 10-9 Eagles. It was a thing of beauty. Under 3 for the first quarter. Eagles by a point here at DeKalb High School in Waterloo. Look out, they got a man wide open. And they miss it. Loose ball, Richmond and Marshall. Good job to
really good defense
impede
there.
that. So here's Eberle into the front court. 10-9 Eagles. Richmond up top. Marshall circles the Wags up top. Oh, no, it's 3 from St. John. My gosh, the kid's got ice water veins. 13-9. 3-point goal by St. John. Now here's Peppel on the left side for the Barons. Out of the corner, Penrod. Penrod shoves it off up top now for Vince. And down on the corner right side, Cox. Cox pestered by the pesky St. John. Now, and Rice drives in on Richmond, and he draws a hand check. That's his second personal foul.
Well, I guess they're going to call it tight.
Well, they've let him play, kind of.
Yeah, until that one. That was a little soft of a call, but if that's how they're going to call it, then.
So Richmond to the bench. Camden Clausen makes his first appearance. And 3 on the way. And they're off the mark by Vince. Rebounded Owen Marshall. He accelerates to the midcourt stripe, whips it off to Eberle. Eberle shakes and bakes, throws it back out to Clausen's first touch. Now up top, it's Marshall for Columbia City. St. John right down central, lost the handle. Now Eberle outside the arc, left side. St. John back up top, a 4-point Columbia City lead with 1:50 to go in the first. Down low on the baseline, here's Marshall. Marshall, right side, fakes, goes to the basket, elbows his way in. Offensive foul. No further play. Player control foul on Marshall.
No way, man.
Now that was. So Marshall picks up his first, team's fourth.
That's exactly what you teach guys. That's how you bang. Like if you drop your shoulder, that's one thing. But man,
yeah, that was.
That's 2. That's 2 on us so far.
So 138 for the first, 13-9 Eagles. Brady Culler out, or check that. That is not Culler. That is still Rice. To Cox, now on the left side over there. Meinhardt, who's checked into the ball game. Wrestling going on between Clausen and his man, Peppel. And a foul on Columbia City. Deckman. So team foul 5. This sends the Barons to the free throw line. You rarely see 5 fouls in a quarter anymore.
No.
1:21 to go in the first, 13-9. And it will be free throws coming for Dalton Cox, and he short arms that one badly. 13-9, the score holds. He'll have another. Coach Schaus up off the bench, barking instructions. And the free throw good this time, makes it 13-10. Eagles lead is trimmed to 3, 1:20 to go in the first. St. John to the midcourt stripe. Gives it to Clausen up top, Eberle. He whips it over high left for St. John. St. John. Now Marshall up top, pitches to St. John, who's St. John, a quick step there. St. John almost lost the handle in the corner. Marshall fakes the three. Now he puts it on the floor. Oh, and they zigged and they zagged. Eberly, nice hustle. Oh, nice job to get it to St. John. He wheels and deals. Eagles get another opportunity. Deckman up top. St. John. Ooh, it rimmed out. Boy, great ball movement.
That was really good. Great hustle play by Josh Eberly.
Yep. And they go in the corner. Pepple's got it. He works against Eberly. And back up top now for Rice. Rice. Under a minute to go in the first, 13-10 Eagles. And Meinhardt. High left. They look like they play for one, I would think. Rice into the corner, tries to get around Clausen. Backdoor feed up top. They got their man. Back iron no good, and long rebound batted around. St. John ends up with it. What is that, 12 seconds? Is that what that says?
Yep.
St. John, top of the key for the Eagles. And he drives. Backdoor feed. Score! Deckman rattles it in. Long three. Air ball at the buzzer. That was a big one there at the end.
Yeah, it was. Needed that one.
15-10.
Wow.
Favor of Columbia City. As we dodged 5 team fouls that quarter. I don't think we picked up a sixth, did we?
No.
Okay, let's look at some underwriters here. Because I think I have a check-in here I'll have to look at. See if I can find the underwriters. Finally got smart and took a picture of them, Coach. So I didn't forget them, yes. Morse's Builders Mart at 516 East Van Buren at Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen, or online at morsesbuildersmart.com. Serving Northeast Indiana since 1871. First Fleet, Inc., dedicated trucking operations in Bluffton, Fort Wayne, Butler, and Three Rivers, Michigan. First Fleet hires industry-leading CDL Class A drivers for dedicated home nightly positions. First Fleet is proud to support WJHS Studios in Columbia City High School. Their career and business service information can be found at firstfleetinc.com. VFW Post 5582 in their events, open to friends, families, and vets alike. Bingo on Saturday starting at 1:30. That'd be going on right now. VFW also has fish fries first and third Friday of the month. That sounds good. More information, members of the public can reach the VFW on Facebook or by phone 244-4813. Stop by at 415 East Chicago Street. So Andrew Thompson, Brandon Marshall here. It's been a pretty quick first quarter.
Yeah, quick first quarter minus our five fouls. But, yeah, really good man-to-man by both teams. I think our man-to-man looks a little bit better now late in that first quarter, so I kind of look for us to open things up in the second quarter here going into half.
Okay. We'll pick back up here. And down low they go to whoa, there's a offensive foul on Penrod.
Ooh, man. But that's the same call that they just called on Owen, and again, I just don't agree that that's a charge.
No.
But
somehow I managed to lose my roster. There it is. All right. Clausen up top. Oh, and it's knocked away. Stolen. Way up and score. Palumbo. 15-12, so we give him a gift there. And St. John back across the midcourt stripe for Columbia City. Lost a handle, got it back on the hot seat. Foul on Dekalb. Coach Schaus honked. He's up off the bench, growling at his troops. So 2 fouls quick on Dekalb.
Yeah.
First 41 seconds of the second. So Marshall will throw it in at midcourt. St. John has it up top. Sends a bounce pass to Marshall, high left outside the arc. Richmond's got it on the blocks. He's got 2 fouls. He's got to be careful. Had it knocked away. And here comes Penrod. No, he missed a layup. Break for the Eagles. Here come the Eagles back. St. John to Marshall. Layup, score! There we go. 17-12 Eagles. And Dekalb as Cox pestered by the pesky St. John. And Cox backed off the play, sends it to Pepple down low. They go to Meinhardt. Up top, they've got a 3, and they rim out on that. Penrod got the loose ball, scores. Deckman lobbying for a call. He didn't get it. Penrod gets the rebound, drops it in 17-14. Clausen. St. John down on the baseline. Marshall a little long for 15. Deckman flies over the top. And it goes out of bounds. Dekalb basketball. Eberle for St. John. Into the Columbia City lineup. So 6:15 to go in the second. 17-14 Columbia City over Dekalb on a little matinee action. Moved up because of the snowstorm. So you might let your friends know if they want to listen. It's not tonight. It's right now. As we announced that last night on the girls' broadcast. Cox over for, lost the number down there on him. Vince down in the corner. Here is Penrod again. Fakes. Blocked by Deckman. Here comes Marshall. Lead pass ahead. Clausen zips in. Hits the bottom of the backboard. Eberle has it. He scores. Eberle follows it up. That makes it 19-14. Boy, the teams are getting after it.
Yeah, they are. Playing hard, man.
This is a track meet.
It's fun.
19-14 Eagles. 5.5 to go in the first half. And Clausen chases his man, which is Cox. And Meinhardt. Or check that. Penrod hands off to Vince. Meinhardt almost drug that pivot foot. Throws it in the corner now. Cox has it. Down low they go, and they score. Nice move. Meinhardt the finish. Easy layup. So 19-16. Eagles by 3. Clausen sends it across to Deckman to Richmond. Richmond tries the baseline. Shut off. Deckman's got it. Baseball pass across for Marshall. Marshall up top had it knocked away. And they say off of Marshall. Clausen out, I think, yes, and St. John back on. This is interesting, the way this is transpired. 4:53 to go in the first half, 19-16. I don't think that guy's even called a foul, has he?
No, it's this fella right here.
Yeah. Not much out of the other two. They get inside, layup, and score. Meinhardt. They had a mismatch underneath there. And it's 19-18. St. John off for Deckman. Down low, it's Richmond. Richmond kicks it off Marshall to St. John. He's closed on by Cox. And, St. John elevates. Scores from 15 on the right side. What a tough shot.
It was.
And he hit it. 21-18. 4:10 to go in the first half. Cox being pestered by St. John. Pepple out of the right corner. Now Penrod has it up top for the Barons. Hands off to Pepple. Pepple high right, now high left Cox. Cox being badgered by St. John. And Cox throws it to Penrod. He directs traffic up top into the corner. Pepple's got it. Pepple, as Deckman wrestles with Penrod. Penrod has it. And they wheel it around for Cox on the left side. Further down there is Meinhardt. He slipped the foot. Now they shoot Pepple a three. That's off the mark. Deckman. And that's off of Meinhardt. So good defensive stand there for the Eagles.
Was. We got to get something going offensively.
21-18, 3.5 to go in the first half. So here comes St. John into the front court for the maroon and gold. Deckman, Richmond. Marshall on the left wing looking in from the arc. Now down on the baseline. Richmond spins. Kicks it out to Deckman. He loads it up. Short. And we get the loose ball to the bucket, Marshall. And I think Eberle got the knockback to Marshall under there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, tipped it out to him.
So big play there by Eberle. He gets the assist, I guess, to Marshall as he puts it home. 23-18, timeout Eagles. Your timeout underwriter, Myers, Hockemeyer, McNagny, LLP, located across from the post office in downtown Columbia City. On the web at WhitleyLaw.com or 248-2224. And we'll check on some other underwriters here. Let's see. Mover Ice Cream, Dangerous Unicorn Explosion, a strawberry shake, all topped whipped cream, sprinkles, strawberries, and Oreo cookie and cone stuffing. Move Over offers handmade delights and scratch. They're a plant-based ice cream shop with those with a sensitivity to dairy, food allergies are taking a more healthy approach. Move Over now located in Fort Wayne, and they do not have a location. Guess I could Google that sometime, but. So Maddie back at the station. Thanks everybody for listening. We've had a couple of check-ins. Hopefully a lot of people on board today. A little matinee basketball for you before an impending snowstorm. All right, Dekalb back with it. Eagles by 5. They run a weave up top. Here's Cox all the way in. Oh, and blocked by Deckman. Oh, and Marshall went for the save. And fell out of bounds with it.
A lot of hustle out there.
Oh, yes.
A lot of hustle.
It's just been fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's been a heck of a ball game. Eagle freshman and JV both won in routes earlier today. And here's Penrod up top. And they got him for steps. A little bit after the fact, but they got him for steps. Dekalb coach not overly happy with it. Austin Irvin, the new head coach here. 23-18 Eagles. Here's St. John. St. John right down central, elevates, got it blocked. Too much traffic in there. And Elkins into the ball game, and he chases Peppel into the lane. Stepped out of bounds. Did Vince. Now what? Now we're going to have a convention of the officials. I don't know what he's got. What is he grumbling about?
Who knows? I don't know. He wants everybody to watch him, though.
He called the other two officials over and was telling them something. I don't know if he's watching a couple of them that are getting too physical underneath or what. And look out, St. John got it picked. And here comes Dekalb into the front court. Cox, 23-18 Eagles, 2:15 to go first half. Penrod hands back to Cox. Ooh, he got away with a slick one there. They have quick step. Penrod works against Elkins. Dumps it in the corner. And Peppel. Now Penrod. Screen set on Elkins. And up top, Peppel. 1:54 to go in the half. And they call Penrod for the hook around.
He's hooked the whole game. Every time he posts, he has that right hand that's just right around our hip. They finally got him.
So Zeke Penrod picks up his second, team's third. So 23-18. Eagles by 5. Here is Marshall. Down low to Eberly. Now Marshall gets shoved in the back. Marshall backing in, elbows. No, and he missed it. Holy Toledo. And here comes Peppel back. And on the left side here is Rice, who's back into the ball game. Up top, Cox. As we head down to 1:20 first half, Eagles by 5, 23-18. Not much scoring, but very entertaining ball game. Now check that back out top. Peppel a three. That's off the mark. Rebound Elkins. And he clears to Deckman. Deckman all the way in. Throws to Eberly. Eberly all the way into the bucket. He gets hammered. No further play. Dekalb foul. So Eberly will shoot two. With 1 minute exact to go in the half. And they give the personal foul to Caden Rice. That's team foul 4 on the Barons. Eagles yet to commit a personal foul. In the second quarter.
That's right.
After 5 in the first. Eberle misses. Coach's kids usually don't miss.
No. Shout out to Sarah and Anna. They're listening on the way back from Becca's game.
All right. How did Becca's game go?
I believe that they took an L today.
Oh, no. Eberle hits the second of two. It's 24-18 Eagles. Glad you're with us. Welcome Sarah and Anna to the broadcast. A little matinee action for you with 42 seconds, I think that says, Coach, or 50 seconds.
48.
And they go to the bucket. Rice blocked by Deckman. St. John picks up the change. He heads into the front court. St. John weaseling in and out of traffic. Deckman right down central layup. Score! 26-18. Eagles with their largest lead of the day, which is 8. And there's Cox in the backcourt. Cox being hounded by the pesky Ian St. John. And Cox, 5 count on. And he got rid of it. And the Eagles go for a trap. Columbia City foul. So St. John and Eberly converged, but St. John picks up a personal foul. His team first of the quarter with just what? Say 17?
17-1. 17-7.
Not a good spot to see that scoreboard over there. Coach Marshall has a bead on it, however. Here's Dekalb down to 12. Up top, Peppel makes the drive, kicks it in the corner. Here's a 3 out of the corner. It's good! Rice! And 5 seconds. Here's Marshall. St. John's going to have to load her up. No good. At the buzzer. 26-21 as we go to the intermission. Guys working hard as the scoreboard, and they go down the runway below us. And it's a 5-point Columbia City lead as we go to the intermission. Listening from your great nephew's party. Well, who is this? That number looks familiar. Oh, it's Christian Rentschler. All right, welcome to the broadcast. Christian Rentschler. And we're at the half. Hoping Coach Armstrong checks in. He said he'd dial it up later. So, well, I don't know. Barnhart was supposed to send me some sort of stats from the bench, but we don't have Papa Warner today. But so we're just kind of flying by our shorts here, Coach. Or did you try to keep? Oh, you did. What a guy. You tried to keep track. Missing a couple? We don't have a paper as we got here too late to get an actual physical roster. And so we're on a QR code. QR code on the phone here.
Yeah, I just have our points. Owen has 8, Trey 6, Landon 4, Eberly 3, Ian St. John 5.
All right.
For 26.
It's a hard-working half of basketball for both teams. I don't know. I don't know if you could gain an advantage of hustle between the two. I think they were both.
Yeah, both teams playing hard.
Playing hard, yes.
Just missing some stuff that we don't usually miss underneath. Landon being in foul trouble with 2 fouls early. You know, he had to set for most of that half and kind of forced Owen to go down to the post. So, yeah, I mean, second half we'll have Richmond back, and Coach Schaus always makes fine adjustments. So, see what he comes up with, and see what Coach Irvin comes up with, and I think we'll see another exceptional second half of basketball.
Yeah, Eagles went up 8, their largest lead, but just before about 8 seconds to go in the half there, Rice hit one out of the corner for the Barons to bring them within 5. We had a little YMCA game going here at halftime. Good crowd on hand, really.
There is.
And so talk to you about a couple of our underwriters we didn't get in earlier, and that would be Bart's Car Store, a selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne. Flowtech Plumbing and Heating for emergencies. Flowtech is open 24 hours. Flowtech offering heating, cooling, and plumbing for residential, commercial, and industrial. 0% financing available. Barnhart did send some. I'll be darned. More information can be found on flowtechpnh.com. 260-248-2021 is the number at Flowtech. And Bart's Car Store, a selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash for trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne. So Derek Barnhart, the director of analytics, says Trey had 6, 3 assists, 6 points, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. Owen 6 points, St. John 5 points, Eberly 5 points, Landon 4 points. So that's what director of analytics Barnhart says from the bench. So that kind of affirms what you just said. So the Eagles the boys just with a single game next week hosting New Haven. I believe that's
Saturday.
It's Saturday. The girls, meanwhile, will host Northrop as they go into their final week of regular season play, and then they will finish it up in Armstrong Arena in New Haven on Friday evening. And they'll be awaiting the sectional draw tomorrow as the girls will report to Tippecanoe Valley, of all places, for the Class 3A sectional 19. We're in sectional 20. Well, whatever the case. We'll be at Tippy Valley, so a lot of travel. And not good signals over there either.
Yeah.
We're going to have a couple backup plans. Because I've gone over there for boys' games before, and we've just totally, barely gotten in the ballpark as far as the broadcast. So, as the fans get charged up, as one of the junior YMCA ball guys drained one from the elbow. So again, I don't know if we got any wrestling going on today. They may have canceled that. Coach Culp hasn't alerted me of anything. Swimming, the girls will be heading for their sectional coming up here pretty soon, as they won the conference swimming title. The boys a couple of weeks after the girls, I think, as far as sectional. So that's kind of what's going on here. We're kind of all of a sudden slip-sliding quickly towards the end of the season.
Yeah, again, another season that goes by too fast.
And you as a parent especially.
Yeah.
Of course, you'll be able to, watch your son play at the college level, which will be fantastic.
Yeah, excited for that as well. And there's just something special about this group, this senior group of boys. And, kind of don't want it to end, but, all good things come to an end eventually. And, it's part of life.
And we've got a lot to do yet, though, also.
Yes,
so.
Yeah.
So as the, let's see, we'll review the freshman score from earlier. Coach Baxter had us tuned in, 56-25. And JV was 58-22, as they did not utilize the auxiliary gym today. So I guess with the earlier start, the AD told me they could save money on workers and whatever the case. So all three games are played in the main gym. I guess that's good for the freshmen. Freshmen don't always get to play in the bigger gym. Their auxiliary gyms are decent, but so we'll see where we go with this one. So the Lady Eagles will have the sectional draw tomorrow. And it'll be the same teams as a year ago. Fairfield, Northwood, Tippecanoe Valley, West Noble, Wawasee, and Columbia City. As the Eagles come back onto the floor here at Dekalb. We've had a few check-ins today. Hopefully everybody got the word that Steve Schoda giving me more information. That's great. And the Barons report back to the floor. The 3-minute buzzer goes. And the crowd settling back in. And the officials back to the floor, one of which is Kyle Hunt. I never did get the other two names. So, thanks for listening today. As the teams continue to
get some warm-up
warm
shots
up.
in, yeah.
As we'll be set and ready for basketball here. It's been a good one, 26-21 currently. In favor of the Columbia City Eagles. So Columbia City looking for the clean sweep today. Freshman JV and varsity. Varsity in a dogfight right now. Don't forget girls Tuesday night. Jeff and Deb Geip checking in.
Hello, Jeff and Deb.
Welcome to the broadcast. Maybe a couple other check-ins here. Ooh, Coach Daly.
I knew he'd tune in.
Well, they're down at some highfalutin baseball convention.
Is that an overnighter?
Oh, yeah, every sport has an overnighter except golf coaches.
See, getting you going again.
We barely get popcorn, peanuts, pretzels, and potato chips.
Just had to stir the pot a little bit.
I'll stir it because we don't. We must not have any money as golf coaches, but we barely get 4.5 hours, which is fine. I don't need 5.5, 6 hours of lecture.
Yeah.
But, these other tennis, Coach Peterson, he gets big-time overnight stay. On the food everybody gets the food. Gosh, we're lowly. Time me to retire. Larry Reed, my good old math teacher, checking in the broadcast. Coach Daly, Coach Huffman is friends with Nate. Nate Perry is one of the officials. Okay, so Nate Perry is one of the other officials. Thank you.
Right here. That's Jake's baseball coach.
Okay, now we got a couple of them. All right, Coach Daly, welcome to the broadcast. I'm sure Wyatt Warner in the house. Down low, Eberle, backdoor feed. Deckman layup off the glass, scores. That's the way to start the half. I bet that was by design, Coach.
It was.
All right. See if I can pull his roster back up on the phone. 28-21, look out. Rice goes in, throws it outside the arc. He could have probably taken it up for two. Penrod shakes and bakes, makes the move. 4 Eagles converge on him. They throw it back up top. 3, Palumbo scores. 28-24. I'm impressed with this DeKalb squad.
Yeah.
For a new coach, new program, and trying to get it going again. Deckman over to Richmond in the corner. Richmond top the key, shoves it off to Deckman, right corner. He fakes that three-point shot. Back to Richmond up top. Moen Marshall takes over there. Hands to St. John in traffic, almost picked. Holy crow. St. John dumps it to Deckman to Eberle, right corner. Eberle down low, Richmond. Is he going to back in? He starts that way. Oh, there's a hook pass.
Cut.
Score! What
really
a cut by Deckman.
By Deckman. Good job.
My gosh, highlight reel material there. 30-24 Eagles. So we go back and forth. 6:40 to go, third quarter here in Waterloo today. And the Barons off to the right side as Rice up top hands to Vince. And down low, Rice tied up by Richmond, and we get the jump ball this time. So this will be possession to the Barons. I think Judy Spencer is listening. And you're at Milo's party. All right, my great-nephew's birthday party. Happy birthday, Milo. And Denise Spencer listening from there, apparently. 30-24. Down low. Backing in, elevating, firing, no good was Rice. Rebound cleared by Richmond. Here comes Marshall in the front court with a full head of steam. Flips it back to Eberle, out of Richmond. Richmond puts it on the floor. Nice spin move. Lost a handle. Got it stripped. Stolen by Rice. And Rice back to the front court for DeKalb. Stolen by Eberle. Eberle picks it. Eberle all the way in. Puts it off the glass. Scores! Used Richmond as a decoy.
Yes, he did.
He kind of his eyes were looking towards Richmond, threw the defender off, didn't it? Timeout Barons. 32-24 as the Eagles on a little bit of a run here. They match their largest lead of the day, which is 8 points. So, check on a couple of those underwriters here. Flowtech Plumbing and Heating for emergencies. They're open 24 hours. They offer heating, cooling, and plumbing for residential, commercial, and industrial. 0% financing available. More information can be found at flowtechpnh.com. Can be reached by phone at 248-2021. Bart's Car Store, the selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Bart's Car Store offers test drives, cash or trade-ins, and financing options. Bart's Car Store serving Columbia City, Whitley County, and Fort Wayne. Andrew Thompson, Coach Brandon Marshall. Here in Waterloo today, DeKalb High School. A matinee moved as such due to the impending snowstorm. Well, Coach, we could use a stand here and a defensive stand, and let's get this up to 10.
Yeah, we get it to 10. I think it's just going to keep growing here.
All right, in the corner of the Barons, dressed in their home whites today. It looks like Cox over there. As I've lost my roster on the phone again. Holy crow. All right. Now out of the corner, Cox. Oh, down low. Nice fake. Score. As Rice got loose.
Yeah, Trey got his head turned there and didn't see him backside.
32-26. Eberle whips it over to Richmond. And Deckman to a cutting Richmond. Score. Basket counts. Dekalb foul. That was another one. Palumbo, the foul. 8-point lead for the Eagles. Richmond will look for the three-point play the old-fashioned way and try to give the Eagles their largest lead of the day, which is 9. And Pepple's going to check into the ball game. So Jim Bayman checking into the broadcast. Welcome. A lot of check-ins once we got going here this afternoon. So no ball game tonight. Afternoon action. Richmond fires. Got it. 35-26. Largest lead of the day for Columbia City as we head up on 5 minutes to go, third quarter here at DeKalb High School. Cox has a cutter down the lane, and they lose the handle underneath. They spin it all the way out top, and here is Penrod. He gets knocked down by Eberle. And look out. Here comes Pepple. Back to Penrod in the corner. Penrod makes the move. And nice move. He scores. Well, that's Rice. Sorry about that. Those two look alike.
They do look alike.
32 and 33 on the jersey, and they also look alike. So 35-28. Eagles by 7. 4:25 to go. Third quarter. Here's Richmond. Kicks it back. Here's a Deckman three. Back iron no good. Richmond gets the rebound. St. John will load it up. That's short. Dang, burn it. All right, here we go. Vince, down low. They got a breakaway layup. Marshall with flyby, and Penrod puts it in. So they're back within 5. As the Eagles got to get back on it here. Down low, here's Richmond on the blocks to a cutting. Marshall elevates from 14. Bingo! The mid-range jumper.
That's his game right there.
Yep. 37-30 as Marshall puts the Eagles back up 7 points. Is that 3:45 to go over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to see for me, too. But
really hard for me from my angle. And they go all the way in, throw it. Wide open three. Pepple. Score! So Pepple out of the corner makes it 37-33. St. John back across the midcourt stripe. Marshall's got it on the right side. High screen set by Richmond. Marshall chased by Pepple. Richmond puts it on the floor. Back to Marshall. Now to Deckman. Up top, Richmond. Richmond flips back to Deckman. He thinks about the three. Now he into the elbow and cuts back out. Eberle dumps it down low. Here's Richmond. Richmond looking to back in on Rice. Cross court in the corner. Here's Marshall. Marshall runs out of real estate. Whips it out to Deckman. Back up top. Now here's Eberle all the way down central. Oh, and he, big collision underneath. Who are they going to call? Let me guess. Us. This has got Coach Schaus up.
The same fella, man. Same guy.
So Coach Schaus is going to let the ref have it. And then 80 starts to get a little restless. Coach Schaus on the floor gets his explanation. Well, first off, Eberle got knocked off the play when he went up for a layup.
Should have started there.
And then we have two guys going up for the ball, and they collide, fall down. And I thought we had the better position and might get the foul, or might not get the foul, but we get it. Look out. They spin. Score. As Brady Vince cuts it to 2. Eagles 37, Barons 35. 2:42 to go. This has been a good one.
Yes.
Eagles, Deckman back out top. Richmond, timeout Columbia City. As Coach Schaus lectures the referee a little more. 30-second timeout. Your underwriter is Myers, Hockenmeyer, McNagny, LLP, located across from the post office in downtown Columbia City. 248-224 and on the web at whitleylaw.com. And, Coach, we're looking to take that, get that 10-point bulge and maybe accelerate from there, but all of a sudden, DeKalb comes out with a nice run.
Yeah, I mean, a few calls will get you there. You know, I mean, just kind of takes you out of the play, you know, and out of the rhythm of the game that you're in. Right or wrong, you know, you got to play through that stuff. So, I mean, 2-point game, but I'm not worried one bit.
All right, 2:37 to go, I think that clock says. Underneath the Columbia City basket down here below Coach Marshall. Now they get it into Richmond. Richmond scores! It's like dropping pennies in the ocean when he gets it there. So about a 5-foot floater for Richmond puts Columbia City up 4. I love those set plays that we have out of the timeouts. Ooh, and Marshall almost a pick. But Pepple gets the ball back for the Barons. And Rice on the right side from the arc. Rice up top. Pepple's got it left to the elbow. And further down the left wing, Vince. Vince outside the arc. Eberle watches him closely. Penrod's got it. And back to Rice. All this action outside the arc. Rice chased into the corner by Camden Clausen of Columbia City. Now into the corner, Pepple. Pepple, bounce pass, and they lose the handle as they zigged when they should have zagged. And turnover Barons. Okay, there's a break. Let's take advantage.
Need a bucket here.
Just under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. What a Donnybrook this has been. 39-35 Eagles. Marshall hands to Clausen on the fly up top. Deckman.
Had him.
And Clausen. He comes back to Deckman. Deckman directs the trim. Oh, nice pass. Oh, Clausen lost the handle. That may have been a little tight there.
Yeah, it was a little tight, a little hard. Probably could have took a little bit off that pass.
So Elkins for Richmond. So Richmond gets a breather. We've seen Elkins in the first half as well. 1:35 for the third quarter. And down low. Now spinning up top, Vince. Out of the corner now is Schmidt. Or did I get that number right? Yeah, he's checked into the ballgame. Look out in the paint, jump hook, no good. Elkins taps it out, nice job. And Clausen gets it, lead pass it. Oh, that's stolen. Look out, 2-on-1 to the bucket. And they score. Connor Schmidt makes it a 39-37 game. And 1:05 to go in the third. We've got a barn burner here for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Owen Marshall up top for Columbia City, under a minute to go. Marshall got it knocked away. They want to travel. No possession, really, though. Deckman puts it on the floor. Flips to Marshall. Marshall loads up a three. That's short. Ooh. And here we go the other way. Dekalb, a chance to tie or take the lead. 42 seconds. Up top now, Vince. Wide right, it's Pepple. Zeke Penrod. And now Pepple comes up top. Check that. That is Rice. Down to 15 seconds, I think. And we almost steal. They almost was there. Now we steal it. Everly's got it. Fouls on the floor. It might have been a little bit of a bad break because Elkins was coming in.
Yep.
How much time left? 14? 19. Second team foul. That's the second on Brady Vince. So St. John and Richmond come back on for Elkins and Clausen. 19 seconds. I'm going to get it into Richmond. He lost the handle. Backdoor feed. Deckman. No, and he short-armed a layup. Holy Toledo. And we go the other way. Look out. 10 seconds. Pepple. Down low they go. Layup and score. Tie ball game. 5 seconds. Marshall loads it up. Off the mark. Buzzer. Into three quarters. We got a tie ball game. As the Eagles went up 9, but credit to Cal. They've come back with a vengeance here. And we've just missed some opportunities there underneath.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of those little alley-oop putbacks, you know. Like, there's nobody guarding you. Get the rebound, come down, go back up, and score the layup. You know, in practice, you don't practice those putbacks. You know what I mean? You practice landing, going up, and scoring the basketball. So, you know, that was an easy bucket there. And, you know, we've missed some bunnies tonight, or this afternoon for sure.
So we go to the fourth, tied at 39. I'm impressed with this Dekalb ball club. I didn't really know what to expect with the new coach coming in. But
yeah, you know, I mean, the target's on our back. You know
right,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So we're going to get everybody's best.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with Huntington North, you know. We're seeing it again with Dekalb.
Yeah.
So we're going to get everybody's best. So we got to be ready to play every single day.
Yep. All right, here we go, fourth quarter. Columbia City basketball to start. Deckman, Marshall, St. John, Richmond, and Eberly, the original starters on the floor. Penrod, Rice, Pepple, Vince, and Schmidt, 4 of the Barons. We have the basketball. St. John in the backcourt. He'll step across the midcourt stripe, send to Eberly. Now Deckman up top. Tie ball game at 39. Down low on the baseline. Here's Marshall. Spins. Ran out of room. Tried to throw it underneath. Lost the handle, and it's stolen. A lot of traffic in there. Look out. Pepple on the fly. Layup. No. Tap back, no, but they called a foul, I think. St. John picks up the foul, his second. Team's first. So Pepple will shoot 2, and they'll have a chance to give DeKalb the lead for the first time in a while. I don't know if they led.
I don't believe so. Yeah, they did. They hit a 3.
Early, yeah, that's right. And he misses wide left. So a break for the Eagles there. 39, 7:41 to go in the ball game. Here in Waterloo today. So free throw. That time rims out. Big break for the Eagles, 0 of 2.
Huge break.
So here comes St. John to the midcourt stripe. To Eberly, to Deckman up top. Now Richmond high left underneath. They get Marshall in traffic, kind of a mismatch with Pepple. Then they go back up to Deckman. He doesn't take the 3, down low Richmond. Richmond spins, layup, score! Good body control there.
Really good move by Landon there.
41-39 Eagles. Out of the corner come the Barons. Now left side over in the corner, Rice. Now Pepple's got it. Pepple. He's got St. John on him. Now in the corner now it's Rice. And Rice drives the baseline of Richmond. He ran out of room under there. Dumps it back out. Wide open 3. That's off the mark. Richmond a rebound as Vince took a kind of an off-balance 3 there. Eagles will take it. They lead it by 2. St. John hits the midcourt stripe. Minute 15 gone. Fourth quarter here from DeKalb High School. Andrew Thompson, Brandon Marshall. And Richmond turns, spins, fires, scores!
Can't guard him.
When he gets it in a certain spot.
Yep, can't guard him.
It's good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Eileen, on that one, 43-39. Timeout DeKalb.
Yeah.
Your timeout underwriter, Myers Hockamar McNagny, LLP, located across from the post office in downtown Columbia City. Telephone 248-2224 and on the web at whitleylaw.com. So we forced DeKalb into a timeout here, Coach, with a 4-0 run. Kind of stifled some momentum. 2 missed free throws. Kind of not a good 3 in rhythm at all, and we've taken advantage.
Yeah, we've capitalized. I'm sure Austin's talking about not letting Landon get to a spot down low and letting it spin baseline to get back under the rim to score the basketball. So they're probably going to pinch down, which is going to leave the corners open for us. Now, we have to be smart enough. Right now, we're winning, right? That 3's probably not the best shot, but you can one dribble, create some space, and get that mid-range shot, which is a higher percentage shot.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here.
So DeKalb ball out of the timeout. They'll throw it in down to the far side in front of their bench. It's dumped into the backcourt, picked up there by Connor Schmidt. 43-39 Eagles. It's been a good one. Eagles led by as much as 9. But DeKalb came all the way back. Now down on the baseline, Vince. He's in trouble. Eberly and Richmond got him. And DeKalb lost it out of bounds. They ruled Marshall did not touch that down there. And is that, 6:08 to go in the ball game?
Yes.
Columbia City by 4. They've got the first 4 of the fourth quarter. St. John to the midcourt stripe. Bounce pass to Eberly on the left wing. Up top, here's Deckman. Now to Richmond. Now Marshall comes out. And St. John. Now to Deckman. Over in the corner, Marshall! Saved the errant pass. Down low, Richmond. Richmond to a cutting Deckman. No good. Blocking foul on DeKalb.
It's the first one he's given us.
And the DeKalb faithful getting a little irate.
I understand.
Yep.
I mean, those charge calls are tough calls for an official to make. You know, it's 50-50, and
Deckman went in there unabated.
He did.
He was going.
He was going. I think DeKalb may have slid over and had their feet set, but, hey, we're going to take it.
So Deckman will shoot 2 for Columbia City. Scores. 5-0 run to begin the fourth. It's 44-39 Eagles. 5:42 to go in the ball game. Deckman, another one. Too short. Rebound cleared out of there by Vince, and here come the Barons quickly. Vince all the way in, shoves it off. They lose the handle. Save it in the corner. Now they're on the hot seat. That would have been a double dribble under the old rules. Meanwhile, we steal it. And Marshall used his wingspan there to get the steal. Marshall, the bucket kick still open.
Find.
Richmond score.
Good
Basket
find.
counts. Dekalb foul.
Oh, got hit hard in the head. He's all right, I hope. Yeah.
So
Nice.
the foul against Rice. So the foul against Rice, his second, team second. Give the field goal to Richmond. He'll shoot a free throw. As this could be an 8-0 run. That one rimmed out. It's our first miss of the day, I think. At the foul line. No, Eberly missed one. And we almost stole it again. Now they throw it away. They threw it to the manager over there. As somebody zigged when they should have zagged.
It's kind of what happens when you want to try to speed the game up, but you're not quite able to get past that pressure.
Yeah.
You know, they make mistakes.
All right, 46-39 Eagles. Marshall into the front court being badgered by Vince. St. John has it. St. John has a dribble. Ooh, almost stepped on that 10-second line. Gives it over to Eberle on the left wing up top. Here comes Deckman, 46-39 Eagles. They have the first 7 of the fourth quarter. Now Deckman, check that. Now St. John. High left, it's Marshall. He makes the move on the baseline, cut off down there. Flushed out of there. Now St. John's got it on the run all the way in. St. John, oh my Lord, threw it up, air ball. Deckman put it back, but a foul on Zeke Penrod. So Deckman saved the bacon there as St. John kind of got caught in the air with a guy, much bigger guy, draped all over him. So Deckman saves puts the shot back up, misses, and gets lambasted, and he'll shoot 2. And it rims in. 47-39 Eagles, so they're up 8. It's an 8-0 run to begin the fourth. Is that 4:34 to go in the ball game? Deckman got it. 48-39. They match their largest lead of the night. What a time for it. With a tie game at the third quarter stop. Oh, we almost steal it. And down into the corner they go, and they spin as Palumbo's back in the ballgame. We haven't seen him for a while. And Dalton Cox way on the left side in front of the Dekalb bench. Richmond takes over on him. Meanwhile, Marshall has Rice. And up top, high right, Palumbo. Check that. 3. They miss it. Short rebound, Deckman. As Vince missed the 3, Deckman shoves it off to St. John. Ooh, St. John almost took that 3. Dumps it down low to Richmond instead. Spins on his man. He ran out of real estate. Backdoor fine. Score, Deckman. Timeout, Dekalb. Myers, Hockenberg, McNagny, LLP. Located across from the post office in downtown Columbia City, 248-2224, and on the web at WiltleeHall.com. They are your timeout underwriter. And, well, I'll tell you what, Coach, you weren't too worried earlier, and now we got a 50-39, our largest lead of the day, going to the final stanza.
Yeah,
we're in the final stanza.
It's it's fun to watch, like beginning of the season to kind of where we're at now, a lot of teams that we play, their game plan is, let's double Landon, let's face guard Owen. Tonight they're not really doubling down on Landon, but they did take their 2 best defenders and put them on Landon and Owen, but they forgot about a guy named Trey Deckman.
Yeah.
And, Trey's just losing his man, cut middle. We're finding him, this is the same stuff that we saw at Homestead from Trey too.
Yeah.
Being able to cut middle and find those gaps that we can find him to get him buckets. So pretty soon teams are going to have to start guarding 4 and 5 guys, and not just 2,
And, it's kind of a lot of what you do away from the ball.
It is, 100%.
And you've coached this game. I haven't, but
it's all movement. How do you move without the basketball? That's how you're going to score points. It's moving without the ball.
Yep. All right, Dekalb basketball after the timeout, 3:53 to go. Is that what that says?
Yes.
All right, Dekalb, as we're up 11. And, Deckman almost got a steal. They get it across midcourt with Vince.
Oh, we go zone here. 1-2-2.
Right. Oh, and stolen by Deckman. He's on the floor. Scrum. Look out. Dekalb from the seat of their pants. They throw it out of bounds. Nice hustle by Deckman. Boy, the Eagles come alive here. Deckman comes up a little limp. But he's up. What hustle.
He hustles all over the floor, man.
This guy can play baseball, too.
Oh, he's a stud on the
Signed with
baseball
Ball
field.
State, right?
Yeah.
If you get a chance to see him in the spring, come out and watch Columbia City baseball. So here's Deckman, the aforementioned up top. Richmond's got it top of the key. 3:20 to go in the ball game. Eagles have an 11-0 run to begin the fourth. Here they lead at 50-39. And all the way in, Richmond, slam dunk, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, the Royal Flush, Richmond, 52-39.
Yeah,
Holy smokes. That was with emphasis.
It was, too.
And they've got an open three. The back iron no good. They get the loose ball, put it up, score. Penrod has their first two of the quarter, 52-41. As Rodney checks into the ballgame once again. And St. John across the timeline. Is that down to 2:35? Eagles by 11. Deckman. As we were tied at 39 at the end of 4. And there's Marshall. Look out. He's unabated. He slammed dunk. Basket counts. Dekalb foul. One-handed dunk by Marshall.
Woo.
As he got around his man, and there was nobody there.
No.
Unabated to the basket. Slam dunk. Dekalb foul. And between Richmond and Marshall, they just put together a highlight reel.
They did.
Holy smokes.
Man, he was up there.
Yes, he was. Marshall converts the free throw. Timeout. No, they're sending a sub in.
Back-to-back dunks.
Yes. And up top, Dekalb with it. And they shove it in the corner. All of a sudden, they don't have an answer. No, they haven't hit shots.
No.
Although they go in, score, basket counts, and a foul. St. John commits a personal foul. He pleads his case, but so St. John's third. So that makes it 55-43. And let's see, give the field goal to Cox. So Clausen back out, Deckman's in. And Cox. Got it. 55-44. Bellevue outscored him 16-5 in the fourth. If I'm doing my math right, Coach. St. John in the backcourt, and that ball's tipped into the scores table. Nice job by Vince, or check that. That is Palumbo.
I'll trust your math over mine.
Okay. So Columbia City basketball, T-Shive's got, where's he at? Well, anyways, at some gym. Oh, he's trying to show us the dunk. He's watching on the TV.
Oh.
So T-Shive checking in the broadcast. Hopefully he's got us on air. Meanwhile, Marshall tied up. Richmond up top. Richmond sends to Deckman with 1:33 to go, and we're stalling a little bit, wasting time. Foul given up by the Barons. As Vince. Brady Vince picks up his third. All right, T-Shive on the air and watching on TV.
T-Shive.
As the Eagles have broke open what was a close, 39-39 tie at the end of three. Marshall misses the free throw. Coach Schaus clears the lane, doesn't want to risk any rebounding foul.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take long to get back in the game with a couple 3 threes or something.
No.
So Marshall looks for the second of two, and that's back iron, no good.
Good night, man.
All right, 55-44. They come the other way. Look out, layup, score. Timeout, Dekalb. A couple Eagles chirping at each other why they didn't cover him, but sometimes that happens.
Yeah, you got to stop ball first, and Owen's got to make free throws. And
so it's been a good one here.
You know, how many seniors they have, T-Bird, do you know?
I didn't even, let me look. Let's see.
I know they got Zeke.
Yeah.
And maybe another.
Schmidt, Palumbo, Pepple, Culler, Meinhardt, Rice.
Oh, boy.
Penrod, Greenlee, who we haven't seen.
They're kind of like us.
Yeah.
They're senior loaded.
55-46.
But we can't get lazy here, you know. We got to play defense like we've been playing. You know, get that defense to convert to offense here.
55-46. Eagles have outscored them 16-7 here in the fourth. Marshall spins out of trouble. Backtracks to Eberle. To Richmond midcourt, and they get it across. Into the corner, Deckman. Up top, foul given up by Dekalb. So this will result in free throws. Zeke Penrod picks up his fourth.
I would have fouled Owen.
Well, since he missed two.
Yeah.
So Trey Deckman will shoot two for Columbia City and rolls it in. 56-46. Rice back into the ball game for DeKalb. 1:17 or 1:14 to go in this one. Eagles by 10. Deckman rimmed that one out. And rebound clear. Here comes DeKalb. 1:10 to go. And up top. They shoot a three from the park. That's well off the mark. Rebound cleared by Eberle, and he'll give it to Richmond. As that was Vince from way out there and didn't have his feet set. Marshall's got it in the corner for Columbia City. Foul given up by the Barons. So Coach not happy with the DeKalb player. The DeKalb coach wasn't happy with that three out there.
Yeah, kind of a bad shot, man.
Well, it wasn't even set.
No, it was way quick. Off one pass. Maybe two, I don't know, but not enough passes.
Oh, Marshall scores the free throw. 57-46. Couple of big dunks here to ignite the Eagles here in the fourth. Yeah. Richmond and Marshall. Marshall hits the second one. 58-46. And there's DeKalb with under a minute.
Don't foul.
And they score a layup. Cox makes it 58-48. Richmond gets it into Marshall. Back to Richmond. They called something quick there.
Called foul.
So we come to the other end. Columbia City free throws coming. Vince will be disqualified on fouls. Connor Schmidt. It's been a great game, but the Eagles took charge here in the fourth. So Marshall will shoot two for Columbia City and score. 59-48. 45 seconds. as Eagles are going to get out of Waterloo with a win.
Mm-hmm.
Big road win. Not an easy building to play in.
No, it's not.
And Marshall scores again, 60-48 Eagles. And there's a three on the fly. That's short. Loose ball batted around. Deckman's got it, but his own man knocked it away from him. They put it up. No. And Deckman swats at it. Score? No. But a foul on Richmond. So Clausen picks up the foul. I didn't even see him in the area. Was he in the same area code?
I thought maybe it was Landon.
Richmond was down there.
Yeah.
Unless we couldn't see Clausen around the frame of Richmond. Meanwhile, they score the free throw, Rice. So St. John comes back on for Clausen. And Rice will shoot the second of two at the charity stripe. He scores 60-50. Timeout? No, they're just going to sub in Palumbo back into the ball game. 45 seconds, is that, or is it 25? And we get it in. Baseball pass to Deckman, hands off to Marshall, and that's off of Pepple. So it will be Columbia City ball. 23 seconds. 10-point Columbia City lead. We're going to get the clean sweep here today. Freshman won easily. JV won easily into the backcourt. It's Eberle. Eberle races up against his man. Eberle spun off the play, and they're going to call a foul. As Cox picks up the personal foul, his second. And they've been in the penalty for a while now. So Eberle back to the charity stripe. 1 of 2 on the afternoon. Eberle. Short again. And Father Eberle up there looks to the ceiling. Old Coach Eberle. So Eberle will shoot another one. He got that one. So 1 of 2, 61-50. 18 seconds. And look out. Here's Penrod. Hand check on Deckman. Good Lord. Now we're calling everything, but rather academic at this point.
15.8.
Team's 4, so they have to inbound it.
Did Josh get that second one?
He did.
I thought so.
They get it in up top. Rice has it. Penrod, a long one. Scores a three. 61-53. Richmond to get it in. St. John. They got St. John trapped, but I don't think it's going to matter now. And across the timeline, you can call out the guards. You can turn out the lights. This one belongs to the maroon and gold. 61-53. Eagles broke open a 39-39 tie at the end of 3. What a battle this was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it took. They gave us all we wanted. That's for sure. Great hustle by both teams. It was just good basketball.
Yeah. That was a good basketball game. So, the victorious Eagles going off below us here. They're on Coach Wool.
Yeah, they are.
Happy bunch of Eagles going off below us here.
Yeah, it's always tough to play in the afternoon. It's a little bit different, right?
Well, yeah.
You're ready to play tonight, and then it gets moved, and
then you make your son go home after the girls' game.
There's no doubt about that. You got a game,
That's
man.
Right.
You got to get some rest.
So you adjust, you ad lib, you improvise, whatever you want to call it. So Coach Richmond below us, and Wild West Mullet.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
All right. So yes,
the two back-to-back dunks was. That was pretty cool to see,
And I think that kind of set them back on their heels.
It did.
Our crowd erupted.
Well, we ran that, just trying to kill some clock up top, you know, and then they came out to guard and just left that lane wide open. Then Landon took advantage of it, and then once Owen turned the corner the next time down, you know, two guys that can get up there and put it down. So it was nice to get that momentum swing.
What was that, 61-53?
Yeah.
Set the board off already.
Yeah, 61-53.
You better remember that before I sign off because I'll probably forget.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Coach House has to say. Barnhart was supposed to send stats, but I know you've been keeping a few on your phone.
I'm trying to get a hold of. Looks like Owen ends with 17. Trey ends with 16. Richmond ends with 17. Ian 5. Josh Everly 6.
And again, good ball movement. Just opened a lot of things up.
Well,
we've got options.
Yeah, you have two guys at 17 and another guy at 16, man. Like, that's moving the basketball. That's
sharing the basketball.
Yeah, that's sharing it, which this team does a really good job of. They're unselfish. They don't care who has the most points at the end of the night. They just want to win, and that's what makes it special for these guys, and that's why this group's so special. And even last season, it was special with Stratton, and you know Stratton was the same way, and it just just something that I'm gonna miss seeing, and it's rare that you get 9 dudes that are best friends. You know, it's just rare to get that at the high school level. So Coach House is blessed with having these guys.
And chemistry is always often part of things.
Yeah, you know they're getting on each other, and you see Trey yelling at guys, and you know Owen yelling at Trey, and that's what it takes to win championships, right? Like you have to have a guy that's going to do that, but can also receive it and take it too. You know, so when you have 9 guys that all have the same common goal, that you know when your buddy yells at you that you take it to heart and you're going to fix that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just rare to have, and it's great to have, and that's what you need to win championships.
You're not going to be mad over constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely.
And
it's hard. It's just hard to find in today's day and age.
Yeah, in age. I mean, constructive criticism for a lot of people turns into dislike or, disdain for that party,
right.
But it's just kind of the lay of the land these days. You're right.
Yeah, it's just different.
But seeing this unselfish group go to work, and, we were back on our heels there for a bit. Dekalb with a nice run. We had a 9-point lead. You were looking for the 10-point lead. Let's take it home. But
we didn't get there.
We
late.
Missed some opportunities, and you're not going to make everything. But, and Dekalb, credit them. They're right back in the game.
They were. Again, we're going to get everybody's best.
Over and up. Coach Childs, here we go.
All right, I'm going to take my headset off.
Oh, I misled him.
Let him speak his knowledge.
I'll let him astray, Coach Everly. No, we'll get Coach Childs' thoughts here today on this one. This is a huge win. We'll get Coach. Are you leaving? Back alley brawlers out of here? Fishing. Good Lord. All right. Well, never mind Back alley brawler with his fishing. But, welcome to the broadcast, Coach. Congratulations on a big road win here this afternoon. This wasn't easy at times, but, credit to the guys to move the basketball well and move well away from the ball and get it done.
Yeah, I think, it's just a good game for us to have and be tied up at the end of the third quarter, and we haven't had a ton of those. We've had some leads, and so it's good for us. And what we said since the second quarter is, we got to be able to string some stops together. Coach Philman keeps track of that for us. And to start the fourth quarter, we had 8 straight stops, and we scored on 8 of our first 9 possessions. So good things were happening, but it all starts on the defensive end, like I've told you many times throughout this year. But proud of our effort, especially there in the fourth quarter, and credit to, Dekalb. They played pretty well. They're a physical bunch. They're going to be a problem come March for some teams. So, proud of our group.
Yeah, 39-39, you break it open like you talked about. And we kind of got, maybe back on our heels a little bit there late in the third. Credit them. They made the run. But we responded in fine fashion. And, that's what you got to do when the target's kind of on your back.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell our guys that a lot. we are going to get everybody's best shot. Every game, obviously, with the way that we play and our ranking, not that I care anything about that, but that's just how it is. And, so we're going to get their best shot, but they've got to get our best shot too. And our goal every game is to set the tone. Again, I thought we did a decent job of that in the first quarter. But, like I said, credit to Dekalb for making a little run and making some things happen. But just proud of that first 4-minute stretch there in the fourth quarter to get us into position where we could spread them out, get to the free throw line, get layups or even a couple dunks, and then have them kind of go full head of steam on offense and take some tougher shots. But proud of our group.
Overall, the whole game I thought was very entertaining and good. Physical basketball, up and down, and both teams put it all out here today. It was just a good game to watch overall.
Yeah, we're actually pretty similar teams, right? With, they have Rice and Penrod. We have Trey and Landon, of course, and they like to get post touches. We like to get post touches, and they play physical. We try to play physical, and they have some shooters on the outside. So pretty similar teams in terms of, how we try to play and what we try to do. But, yeah, it was a fun environment. I'm glad we were able to get it in.
Good crowd.
Good crowd for a, rescheduled start, and glad we were able to play it today.
Yeah, we had lots of listeners check in, so we know that people got the word, and that was good. And so you get a week off here, essentially, to get a little rest and prepare for a big game coming up at home against New Haven. I believe that's next Saturday night.
Yep.
So you get an extra day.
Yep. Yeah.
As opposed to the Friday typically.
Yep. So they're a good squad, and that's always going to be a fun one. And there's still some conference stuff that could happen that could still be in our favor, but unfortunately we don't control all of that with our loss to Huntington, but we do control what we do next Saturday against New Haven. So it'll be a fun week of preparation. We'll see how our guys respond from learning from this game and seeing how coach just doesn't say it, right? And it's not that we can always get stops, but
right.
Man, if we string stops together, good stuff always happens for us. So continue to get better at that end, and good stuff will happen on the offensive end, of course.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go. It's going to be a happy bus ride home, and congratulations
Appreciate
on the win again.
Yeah, thanks
and
for coming.
We'll talk to you down the road,
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, Coach Schaus, ladies and gentlemen, he's very happy with the win here this afternoon at not an easy place to play here in Waterloo, as Coach tries to flag his young kids down from scaling the bleachers. So what a deal. So Coach Schaus's kids rather active here as they're climbing the bleachers. They love to come see Dad talk on the radio, so that's what the deal is there. But appreciate Coach Schaus here tonight and for his time. And Barnhart does send stats. Our director of analytics. Let's see. Richmond, 17 points on the afternoon, 7 of 8 from the field. I think that's 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 17 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and for Richmond. 16 out of Trey Deckman on the afternoon, 6 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 6 at the charity stripe, 3 rebounds. 3 blocks for Deckman, 7 assists, and 16 points. 15 for Owen Marshall, 5 of 10 from the floor today, 5 of 7 at the charity stripe, couple of rebounds, a steal, 2 assists for Marshall to go along with 15 points. Josh Eberle, 3 of 4 on the afternoon from the field. He was 2 of 4 at the charity stripe. Did pick up 3 rebounds, 2 steals for Eberle, and 2 assists. And 8 points on the afternoon. Yes, if I don't butcher the phone here, we'll be able to keep looking at this. St. John, 2 of 6 on the afternoon, 1 3-pointer in the mix. Did pick up a couple of rebounds, 1 steal, 2 assists, and 5 points for Ian St. John. Camden Clausen, 0 of 1 on the afternoon, but did pick up a rebound, and no points in the afternoon. And Elkins played but did not tally, other than he did pick up a rebound for the day. So that is the way the cookie crumbles there as far as that goes. So we got that little bit of information thanks to Derek Barnhart, our director of analytics, although he's got some more further stuff here. Columbia City 20 of 39 from the floor on the afternoon. That's 59%. They're 1 of 8 beyond the arc today, 12%. 14 of 21 from the charity stripe. Picked up 17 rebounds overall, 10 Eagle turnovers, 6 blocks, 9 assists. I've kind of lost what. I've got a different picture on another thing here. So DeKalb 21 of 41 from the floor today. That's 51%. They were 5 of 16 beyond the arc, 31%. They were 6 of 9 from the charity stripe, 67% on the afternoon for the Dekalb Barons. They did pick up, looks like 19 rebounds. Rebounding battle was kind of even. See if I can flip back to the other page here, or what did I do here? So, okay, let's go back to this. So, I do not have the score by quarters. And let's see. So, rebounds. Let's see. Steals. Okay. Let's see if I can do some quick math here. Eagles credited with 16 rebounds overall today. And if I can figure out what's going on here, I'll try to get you DeKalb's rebounding total. And actually, I do not have all of that information. So it looks like they picked up 16 rebounds on the afternoon. Well, at any rate, you got the gist there, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks to Derek Barnhart for giving us the statistics. So, what a deal here tonight. So, that'll do it from DeKalb High School here in Waterloo today. A freshman win by a score of 58-26. JV Columbia City 58-26.